Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Wednesday, the 1st of November, and I am streaming live on my Facebook page with the October social media roundup. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes and buffer it out and see if anybody shows up. Apologies for not streaming yesterday. But a few things that were happening during the day just meant that I couldn't get to the computer on time, I'm afraid. So I thought I would go live this morning instead and bring you the roundup. My name, for anybody who watches and doesn't know, is Natalie Sherman, and I am the founder of Naturally Social, which is a social media management and training consultancy. Apologies if there's any background noise today. I'm actually working out of a new office space for the next few weeks. So I'm just kind of getting a feel for places that I'd like to set up a new office place. So yeah, apologies if there's any background noise here today. So Naturally Social, we offer social media management and training and consultancy, and we're now offering design services, which is awesome. And thank you to everybody who watched the live stream on Saturday as part of my Small Business 100 Day. Thanks to everybody who showed up and asked questions. That was brilliant. If you head over to my page after this live stream, you'll see under the offers tab some exclusive offers I'm running for in-house corporate training and one-to-one social media mentoring. If you book those before the 2nd of December, which is Small Business Saturday, you can get 25% off on corporate training and a reduction of about £75 or something like that on my one-to-one mentoring. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. And I'm sure loads of you will catch up with this on the replay. And if you stay right to the end, I then share a social media top tip. So if you watch on the replay, if you've got any questions, ask away as you go. I will pick them up, whether it's live or not. And I also share the links of all the things that I talk about in the comments afterwards as well, so you can see where they're referenced from. Okay, so new on Facebook this month. Live streaming, you can now share your screen. That's particularly, I found, on Chrome and not Safari, for example, so it's browser related, I think, in places. But yeah, you can now share your screen, so that's going to help with people who are wanting to do Q&As or teachers, classes, courses, etc. Being able to share your screen is going to aid you in that capacity, and that particularly if you're thinking about live streaming into Facebook groups, where you might offer them some sort of support and learning element as well. So that's going to be useful. They have announced, or we have found out that they're testing a live video producer, so that will allow you to tap in directly from your desktop app to different streams on different cameras, depending on where you are, to help kind of produce an overall look and feel of a show. They've now introduced a live chat feature to their workplace offering. So Workplace is Facebook's version of something like Yammer, Slack as well. These are basically internal enterprise social media networks for internal use only, so they're much more of a kind of secure much more of a secure platform that's just for internal use only, basically. So Workplace mirrors basically your traditional Facebook offering, but it's just for your work colleagues to use. So they've now introduced a live chat function, and that means that people can be live chatting, live videoing from their desktop, from their mobile as well, and uploading documents too. So that, if you're interested actually in Workplace, it's a really fun and useful tool for engaging your workforce. They do have a free version. It's called Workplace Standard. So if you fancy giving it a whirl, search for Workplace Standard and get yourself signed up. Stories, Facebook stories are coming to Facebook stories, Instagram stories, or where stories basically are coming to Facebook pages. and they're testing it out in the US at the moment. And you can also, they're also testing the ability to publish cross-post Instagram stories onto your Facebook page. And I know I mentioned that last year, I don't know what's going on with me this morning. I know I mentioned that in last month's roundup, but yeah, it's definitely still being tested and it is definitely coming. So the ability to cross-post your Instagram story to your Facebook page if you use both, but also they are going to be rolling out the facility of Instagram stories. Hi there. They're going to be rolling out Facebook stories to Facebook pages, so that's definitely worth making the most out of. And then they're opening a marketing expert program on Facebook. A few of my clients I'm working with have seen a pop-up come up onto their account when they're logging in. That's giving them the opportunity to speak live with a marketing expert on Facebook. So if you're spending a bit of money on Facebook ads and you see this ad with this pop-up, then do take advantage of that. It's an opportunity for you to talk directly to an expert from the Facebook team, and they can help you to sort of drill down on your advertising and the effects and the success and how to improve those. But yeah, I'll pop a link in the comments after for that as well. And the other thing for Facebook, what else is new? One of the best things I've seen this month on Facebook is that they have announced a new student program. They are going to be training up, they're going to be pumping millions into this program where they're going to be training up one digital ambassador, if you like, per secondary school in the UK to help tackle cyberbullying. So they're going to train up all these young people and they're going to deliver sort of peer-to-peer support and peer-to-peer training to stop them from, tackle the effects, of cyberbullying. So a really, really cool program. I will share the link as well again in the comments, and if that's of interest, I definitely encourage you to look into that more. Okay, so that is everything for, B, definitely right up your street. I will share the link for you after I finish streaming so you can see more about that, but literally they announced it a couple of weeks ago, an amazing program that they've just, they started rolling out, so I'll share the information with you. Okay, so that was Facebook. Instagram, few changes or updates there. You can now go live with a friend. So dual live streaming. You do that by making sure you've got somebody else obviously watching your live stream. Swipe across those people or scroll up to the names of people who are live streaming with you and just simply invite them in. Again, that can be a great feature if you have multiple people in different locations. And you want to give a feel for the work that you're offering and the work that you do. You could interview service users, customers, etc., all on stories. So yeah, that is a new function. The other thing they are doing is, much to most people's joy, is they are testing shoppable tags in stories. So they've partnered up with Shopify and they are testing an integration that will allow people to share products and add a direct link to those products to check out and purchase on Instagram, which is a feature that I know a lot of retailers are screaming about and can't wait to have on their Instagram feeds. It's going to be a real seamless experience. You know, you're going to see a product, a dress, a shoe, or a handbag, whatever, and then you'll be able to tap on that product and go directly to the e-commerce site to buy it. So they're testing that in the US with a select few merchants at the moment. The only thing is, of course, if you don't use Shopify, then you're not going to be able to be involved in that pilot, perhaps. But yeah, I'll keep you updated as I know and hear stuff from that. Okay, what else on Instagram? That's pretty much about it. There's been a couple of ads and a couple of tweaks to the effects that you can get on stories and on the camera, so that's always changing. They're updating some stuff. Most recently, super zoom, which is quite a fun way, as it suggests, to zoom in on the content that you're looking at, slow it down, speed it up, etc. Okay, so that's everything on Instagram. WhatsApp, worth noting that they've added a live location sharing, which I saw on my WhatsApp the other day. So previously you were able to just share a pinned map to the person that you were chatting with on WhatsApp, but now you can actually send a live pin, so you can be tracked and share your friends and family where you are. So great little feature. You can turn that off. You have to tell WhatsApp when you want to stop doing that. But yeah, really cool feature. Okay, LinkedIn is okay. Thanks, Behave. Thanks for tuning in. See you later. LinkedIn is testing, I find this really amusing actually, I don't know why, but LinkedIn is testing a Snapchat geo-filter tool, which again, I'm always talking about Snapchat and the opportunity of geo-filters. So it's great that LinkedIn are kind of tapping into that market, I think. So whereby you're creating video on the platform in certain locations and events, you will now be able to access some Snapchat-like filters. So, you know, having branded content to show where you are and what event you're at. So no doubt, as that gets bigger and is trialed and rolled out to more people, they're going to no doubt open up the opportunity to purchase, design your own if you are the event lead or you're putting on that conference. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'll again pop the link in that shows they're testing on that. And Twitter changes there are mainly around safety. So they've shared a safety calendar that outlines how they're going to be tackling all the kind of terrorism, harassment, bullying, all that sort of stuff, how they're going to tackle those problems that they're all under scrutiny for on their platform specifically. So they're going to start taking down accounts that have you know, aggressive photos or banners, or have names that aren't you know, which could be deemed as quite political or sort of connected to terrorism in some way. So they've released this calendar. I'll share a link again, and they've been quite open and transparent about how they're tackling this issue, which I think is brilliant. And they're also labelling political ads in a sort of move towards being more transparent. They're going to start to evidence who's paying for political ads and where they're coming from. And then finally, the other change was Snapchat. Snapchat have launched a program called Snap Accelerate. It is for venture capital backed startups, and it's a program to kickstart and accelerate, scale that startup's advertising efforts on Snapchat specifically. So really cool program. Again, if that sounds relevant to you or someone you know, I'll add the link in the comments for you so you can read up about it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I've whizzed through that. It's only been 14 minutes today, but that's absolutely fine. Sometimes, you know, these news updates can be slower. Sometimes there's loads. Yeah, my top tip for this month though, everyone keeps asking my most frequent question I get still, and more so this month, has been, how can I get more likes? How can I get more engagement on my posts? And the top tip for that is to be creative. The only way anyone is going to engage with you as a business or as a brand on social media is if the content that you're creating is different to everybody else's. Because then you're going to stand out in the newsfeed. People are going to see your content and stop and like it and share it. If you're just simply sending out quotes and quite bland imagery or text only and links, that's what everybody else is doing. There's no hook there or anything that's exciting to make people stop and kind of interact with it and really connect. So yeah, be creative. Think outside the box with how you can share your message specifically. Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. Apologies again for the reschedule from yesterday to today. I will look forward to streaming next month, at the end of this month. And yeah, look out soon for some posts on my page, because I'll be introducing a brand new team member to the Naturally Social team. So yeah, have a great day everybody. Speak to you soon.